the response I've had has been amazing. So somebody sends me WhatsApp to say that, look, he knows of somebody who was trying to be an SRC executive in a school. He spent 100,000 on his campaign, SRC. So I asked the question, how did he get the 100,000? He says, well, he has an uncle who is a big politician, and they funded it. They started by giving out, producing 10,000 bottles of branded Sobolo at 10 Ghana each. The people drank the Sobolo and did not vote for the guy. You know, that was just the Sobolo, the 100,000, and there were other things as well. They did not vote for him, you know. They took the refreshment and said, Kai, you lie. Don't be afraid there is concern about the purchase of buses. But Richard Nyama, who is an aide of Freddie Blaze, says, baseless concerns. So it's going to go on and on, yeah. So it looks like vote buying is the norm in Ghana now. It's normal. If you want to do an election, you buy the votes from primary school level all the way to the very top. Pretty sad and shameful, if you ask me. Okay, so there's a trend on Ghanaians. I want to see what they're talking about. Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm not stealing NDC policies. I'm commissioning Ghanaian projects, says the president. Okay, all right. Wow. Kwame Eugene's Wish Me Well has 1 million YouTube views in 2 weeks. Wow. Nice one. Technology is working seriously. We are using it to do all kinds of great stuff. Okay. Somebody's commented, you can retweet and quote a foreigner's retweet and support his project or work, but you see a fellow Ghanaian's work or project and you skip it without even liking it. My brother and sister, is that what Kwame Nkrumah taught us? Good question. All right. And one chap called Pope Skinny says, Ghana rap is dead, and he's come to resurrect it. Yeah, we wish him well. We'll give him one Kwame Yuji song. Okay, so basically, that's it. I wonder why Arsenal is in the news. This is not yet time for EPL. What's happening? Okay, some training session at Arsenal. Guys are getting ready for the season. People doing sit-ups and all kinds of things, press-ups. Yep, okay, all right. Good. So basically, these are the trends, really. Charlotte Osei in the news, Ghana Football Awards in the news, Freddie Blaze in the news, Ghanaians in the news, and, well, Queen Bee is also in the news. Yeah, she'll be talking about the news. Yeah, that's how come she's in the news. All right. And we're dealing with vocational and technical education and training on Hard Talk this morning, and looking at how it can contribute to reducing the numbers of the jobless. Big conversation there. If you have a vocational or technical training certificate or qualification, let us know what your thoughts are on it, and is it helping you to do what you want to do and build up Ghana? That's a question on Hard Talk today. But for now, I'm handing you over to the lady in black and red with a touch of gold. She is the queen, and she's ready for you.
Hi.
Queen Bee, what's up?
Kika.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Nice one.
Blessed.
And Ibiso.
Blessed tins.
One time. Ibiso.
Yeah. How's the night?
The night was good. Yes, we slept. I think I ran out of sleep because at 1 o'clock I woke up. 1:30 I woke up. And I was up to about 2:30 and then went back to bed. Yeah.
You must have taken your vitamins.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Regularly. Yeah. We regularly take our vitamins. We must be fit and strong.
All right. Listen, I'm excited to be here. Tuesday morning edition of our show. It's GH Today, and as always, we have very, informative.
Don't I look healthy?
Stuff to share with you. Say that again.
Don't I look healthy? I've been taking my vitamins.
No, you. I know you do. Like
regularly, man.
Religiously.
I don't joke.
Religiously.
You should try it.
Good. Vitamins are good.
Fantastic.
Y'all got to take your vitamins.
Vitamin S.
Vitamin which one?
Vitamin S.
You can't be too early in the morning, please.
Okay, vitamin K and vitamin S.
Good morning, Mrs. Lucy Biscoff. I know you're watching. She said to say hi to you yesterday.
Yes.
I forgot. And then, of course, Ms. and Mrs. Carr.
Yes, indeed.
As well. And all of you wonderful viewers who make time every morning to be with us. Indeed, we are the one and only TV Royals. And I'm a working girl.
Charlie, you tell the truth.
I know, right?
Young Konkwan.
Right. So we're talking NVTI this morning,
yes,
right?
Indeed.
So we're looking at the significance or importance of vocational training in our system. You recall that not too long ago, the president announced some possible, cushioning for students in that particular sector.
Indeed.
So we'll be looking at all of that plus more.
Indeed.
On the show today, plus all the trends. Ishan is here. Not my kind of Ishan, but that's her stage name. I'm sure she'll be telling us all about that. And it's definitely a fun show today, informative, educative. Cowbell Gold as well will be bringing us, you know, the big stories that are making the rounds, breakfast review segment where we get to sit and discuss all the topical issues. So yes, of course, I'm looking forward to the show. I don't know about you. You want to stick around? My name is Beswa, by the way. All right, King Capsule, thank you. The headlines coming up now. Stay. All right, so it's 6:51. In 9 minutes, we hit 7. Not, you know, too far from now. We're going to be hopefully handing over the microphone to you so you get to share with us what's on your mind this morning, all the trends, any other thing that you want to talk about. We will definitely be here to listen in. So be sure to be by the phone when those lines are activated. How about that? So the headlines now. Let's kickstart with your Daily Graphic newspaper. And guess who's in the news? So says that I'll close down courts not fit for purpose. Kaswa Court uses Chamber Port. Wow. Oh, CJ is talking tough here. I remember that on assumption of office, she started touring the country's courts and, you know, made some calls to get a lot of them brought up to the standard, you know, deserving of it. I don't know exactly how far that has gone, but she's still talking about how that indeed, if they are not, you know, if they are not spec'd, if you like, she's going to close them down. Already we do not have enough courts in the system, so this is something that I'm sure should be a matter of concern to all of us. What are the challenges really to fix our courts? Let's see exactly what the story says. Page 3 has details. We'll share more with you as we go along. The EC as well in the news. Workers to drag Charlotte to say to special prosecutor. Yeah. What else is here? Well, it's a lot more on, I guess, the mobile networks and telecom issues. And of course, Vodafone is 10 years, and it's captured all in the paper today, your Daily Graphic edition of today. All the World Cup updates as well are captured here. So you want to grab copies and read more. All right, the Ghanaian Times newspaper, chairman of Christian Council. What's the word? Can't get the word. Okay, all right. Well, but the big headliner says that too many crooks in Castle. Okay, he lashes out at fake pastors. All right, so that's this is not a new story, but it definitely has resurfaced again, and we'll find out what informed this resurfacing of this particular story. But of course, that's the biggest story for the Ghanaian Times newspaper. The president is in the news as well, arrives in the Volta region for a 3-day tour. President reinstates deputy sports minister and somebody else, some chairman, probe Blay over, I guess, the buses issue that has been in the news. A lot of people are now adding their voices to the fact that that act or that move has got to be looked into. So don't forget that the special prosecutor is already looking into the matter. So we'll get to the bottom of it and share details with you as and when. Anyway, the Daily Guide newspaper leads with Charlotte Osei hot dragged to Amidu. Motufo grabs Ghana card. Sports minister cleared of visa fraud. We'll share more of this one. We want to see exactly what went into it to get him cleared. But of course, he's a friend of our show, and hopefully we can get him to as well speak to some of the issues that came up. The new Crusading Guard, Akufo-Addo to contest 2020 elections. Pages 3 and 10 has details. I am too broke to embark on flamboyant campaign, Dr. Mwakuba. So you see, that kind of nicely ties into the question that we were asking, was it 2 days ago? Today's Tuesday, last Friday, I guess. Can we ever have an election without having to, you know, shower gifts and money, you know, to electorates? Can we ever have such decent elections? You know, so it's obvious that that's what happened to Dr. Mwakuba. I think he got about 12 or 18 votes. Delegates, ding. Hey, Yo. So talk about that as well. He slumped the Honorable Freddie Blay over the 275 buses. And the controversy surrounding it. Guys in the news and some agro-economic, Gold Excellence Awards, and of course, some winners have been captured in the paper for today as well. Let's move on to some other papers, shall we? Don't forget that your comments are welcome to our social media platforms. The Chronicle leads with Ejisu SHS whistleblower goes to court over bunking of schoolgirls. Okay, we know that some teachers have been sacked. I think a couple of days back, it was reported that the GES had sacked some teachers involved in this particular bunking matter. NDC wants GMPC probed. Reasons all here in the paper today. We'll share details in a while. Petitioners pray Amidu to prosecute. Charlotte was saying, okay, so after petitioning that the EC boss be removed, they're calling on the SP as well to probe. All right. So that's it with all of those faceless petitioners of the EC boss. When the elephant comes to town, what happens? You want to find more in today's edition of the Chronicle. I'll leave it right there. And of course, hope that when we open the phone lines, you get to call in. Daybreak, by the way, talks a lot about agriculture and the fact that Marshall Plan in limbo. Okay, so some plants, which well, we don't know exactly which one here, but of course, some plans apparently from the ministry seem not to be working. We'll find out exactly what those plans are shortly. You can get a story details on it, pages 3 and 6. Freddie Blay still in the news. What does it say? Freddie Blay as new NPP chairman. Okay, why this should not be a surprise? Okay, well, if indeed you were surprised, the reports I'm sure will interest you. No washroom. Kaswa magistrate uses chamber pot. So that's what the CJ was talking to. That's really serious. Really? Chamber pot, like Kraba. Hey! I'm lost for words. Like, look, let us hear from you. Really? In this day and age? CJ, I think that's what this one, you should have just closed it down the moment you got there. That's what this one. I agree with the closures. Anyway, Ghana Palava, NPP's vulgar opulence at Kofodia minority demands probe. NPP confirms the Khan party tag. Okay, really? Elects 80% of Khans to national executive positions. I'm not sure that all the delegates are Khans. But that's a rather interesting twist to this whole elections. But, I mean, President Akufo-Addo says stop lamenting and go to John Mahama. Okay, so some tutorials apparently. Well, that's your Ghana Palava newspaper for you. And there's a bit of information from Odikro, if in case you want to know. You want to maybe read more. That's it. I want to wrap it up here because we want to hear from you. When we return, it will be your turn, like I always say, to get over the microphone and tell us just as it is. But of course, let's be a bit, civil about our conversations. But
this is a note from God to them. I am your God. I made you for my pleasure. I don't need a part of you. Yeah. I want your whole life, not only on a Sunday. No, no, no. I need you week long commitment. I am your God. I made you for my pleasure. Yeah, yeah. I don't need a part of you. I want your whole life, not only on a Sunday. I need you week long commitment. Yeah. I just wanna be close to you, not just a day. Give me your heart, not just a part. Let me set it on fire with the one desire. No fair weather, Christianity. Don't bore me with churchianity. Away with your hypocrisy. I wanna be your obsession and passion. So, rainy day, sunny day, I just wanna see you stay. Happy day, stormy day, I just wanna see you stay now. I just wanna be close to you. Oh my, not just today, but your whole life. I am your God, and you are my child. Seek me on Sunday, and every